Hi, today I'd like to explore something that loads of people get confused about, especially if they're new to meditation and all that sort of mind business. And that is the difference between mindfulness and meditation or concentration. So today we're going to particularly look at what mindfulness is. So I like to use the sitting in a cafe having a coffee and a cigarette analogy. You can leave the cigarette out, you don't have to have the cigarette unless you want one. But generally, when you're sitting in a cafe, let's imagine it's summer, you're sitting outside the cafe, you've got your coffee, you've got your cigarette or not, or you've got a paper. No paper actually, scrap the paper, you've just got a coffee, maybe a cake, and you're sitting and watching the world go past, and you're watching like uh, you know a young couple go past who look really in love, and then you're watching an older couple who are having a little bit of an argument about something, and then you see a businessman go past on their phone and they're babbling away and they're um, obviously a bit stressed and they're in the middle of a meeting, and so on and so on. This constant stream of ambulances and police cars and people rushing and other people just talking, and they're all involved in their stories and their dramas and so on. But as that person, when you're sitting in outside that coffee shop just watching it all, you're not a part of any of that. You are just free to notice it and just enjoy the story that's unfolding. You watch people come into the picture, and then you notice them wander out of the picture. You notice the businessman hurrying past in front of you on his phone, and you watch him hurrying off in the other direction. You don't get tangled up in the stories or the dramas of all these people. You don't get tangled up in their issues. You're just the observer, the noticer. And when we practice mindfulness, that's pretty much the same concept that we take into it. We are just the one that notices everything coming and going. And those comings and goings might be sensations in our bodies, sounds, and so on. But most, particularly in mindfulness practice, we're actually watching the comings and goings inside our own head. So we're watching the traffic, we're watching the little voice that appears and starts talking about, this and that, and then the other one that says you should be doing this right now, you should be doing that. But just like sitting at the coffee shop, we just notice it come and go rather than getting involved in someone else's drama. So when we're sitting having that coffee, we don't go chasing after the businessman on his phone and go, God, what are you talking about? Let me try and help there. Or the people who are the couple wandering past that are having an argument, and we don't chase them down the road and say, oh, what are you having an argument about? Let's see if we can sort things out and find a solution. That's not mindfulness. In mindfulness, we simply observe and let things pass straight through. It's super simple as an idea, but it's very challenging as an actual practice, like anything. It's just a thing to get used to and a new skill to learn. So in the next video that you'll be able to find here, or somewhere around here, I'll take you through a really simple mindfulness practice based on that idea of being in the coffee shop, observing the thoughts going past. I hope you found this useful, and I hope it unraveled some of the ideas you might have had about mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't about having an empty mind or anything like that. It's just about noticing and knowing what is coming and going all the time. Really simple. Okay, see you in the next one.